For a party this Saturday night, we're bringing you one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Golden State Warriors. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. Butler and Draymond are the 3 and the 4. Stephen Curry is out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, down low. Now here's Green, and the three-pointer goes. Grant, as the season draws to a close, most individual player stats are becoming more solidified.
And that can affect players' mentalities, B.A., since certain numbers may bring bonuses or trade interests. Meanwhile, winning still has to be job number one.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. There's no question about the skill level of C.J. McCollum, a long-time NBA star, Stan.
Well, look, at this point, it's just muscle memory for him. From so many spots on the floor, B.A., one of the things that impresses me the most is how he scores against good defense.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, for some reason, McCollum has always flown under the radar, but he's a constant threat to score 20-plus points, and he does it efficiently.
And he sinks the second. Here's Curry. About a minute into this first quarter, and a fast break now for Atlanta. Here's Johnson. Wow! A big finish right there!
Oh my gosh, that was on another level. Well, you can't teach the athleticism displayed there by Johnson.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. And here's Melton, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Porzingis finds Melton. To the inside. It's stolen by Okongwu. Kuminga against Butler. Offensive board. Second chance effort. And it's rejected. Porzingis up top. Guarded by Okongwu. Porzingis passes to Curry. It's tipped. Kuminga with it. Now guarded by Butler. Here's Okongwu. And Porzingis with the block.
The unicorn out there doing what he does on defense, protecting the paint.
Green, the pass to Melton. Outside for Butler. Pass to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Daniels outside. Back to McCollum. Melton against Daniels. Outside Curry. Right side Butler. Clock at 6. Shoots over Kuminga. The shot by Butler, no good.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
Now here's Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. Out to McCollum. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Johnson for 3. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Johnson letting it fly in a hurry.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Warriors trail by 4. Curry with it. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Beyond the arc. On target from range. Curry's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Inside, here's Kuminga. Some solid defense from Butler.
and the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
Pass to Porzingis. Now here's Melton. Outside, Green. The three is up. Rebounded by Daniels. The Hawks have gone 3 of 8 so far. Out to McCollum from deep. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, if you don't put a body on Okongwu, you're asking for trouble.
Warriors trail by 3. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. On the topic of Curry, Coach said, it's like playing a game of tag. He continued, we had our wings chase our guards around in practice, and everyone is on notice. We all know how good he can be. The important thing is to not take any plays off. We'll stay sharp, or he'll remind us, that's for sure. Back over to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Daniels. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Shot's good by McCollum.
Well, no doubt McCollum is dangerous from distance.
Curry passes to Butler. And he lays it up and in. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
The Hawks have gotten 5 of 11 shots to go. Okongwu, a screen on Curry. McCollum, the pass to Okongwu. Back to McCollum. And the layup is good off the glass. And it's 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Pass to Porzingis. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Warriors making a change here. Moody's checked in. And so it's Golden State with it. 4-point game. 5 on the clock. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Daniels. Atlanta's gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Out to McCollum. Back to Kuminga. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Fires from way outside. Daniels misses. And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. Trailing by 4. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they know they should have played better in that one. Not quite sure what happened.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
And here we can check out the story for DeAnthony Melton. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
That one's off. So for the Hawks, Fields checked in for Daniels. And it's Alexander Walker in for McCollum. And Golden State also making a switch. Al Horford's checked in for Porzingis. And he's good on the second. The Hawks lead by 3. Pass to Johnson. Hield on the wing. Outside Kuminga. To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. Horford with a steal. Johnson against Green. It's stolen by Okongwu. Here's Hield. Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside Kuminga. The 3 ball. The Warriors pull it in. Last time they met was in the Bay Area.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
Yeah, guys, I watched the film of that one, and they had great activity defensively. They need that again tonight.
Now Hield. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
When you talk about the best shooters in the NBA, Buddy Hield has to be in the conversation.
This is his first opportunity at the line this evening.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. So for the Hawks, Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Risachet comes in for Johnson. And Kispert is subbed in for Kuminga. Good on the second one. So it's the Warriors now, trailing by 2. Curry passes to Butler. Screen by Horford. And it's Butler off the drive. Well, when you think about all the miles Jimmy Butler has on his legs now, how many more does he have left, Grant?
Well, he's been shouldering the load for a long time. But what separates him from the pack is his sheer will and his IQ. So he might just surprise us a little.
That free throw misses.
Well, Butler embodies toughness. He plays hard every single minute that he's on the court.
And the second free throw is good. The Hawks have got 6 of 14 in so far. Now here's Landale, guarded closely. Hield from outside. Another shot. And Landale gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 3.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
To the paint. There's the steal. Here we go. Here's Hield. Nice D from Moody.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim, turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Curry's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, the handles on Curry are insane. There's nothing he can't do with the ball in his hands.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And the Warriors make some changes. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Green. And Podziemski subbed in for Stephen Curry. Right side, Risachet. Ooh, rejected by Horford.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection you get with Horford. He's outstanding turning shots back.
Moody, and he converts the layup. Moody's got 5 points.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
The Hawks trailing. Now here's Hield. Landale with a screen. 3-pointer. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
And that's a solid play. Make him earn his points at the free throw line.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Well, they tied it up, but that was a good chance to pull in front.
Just 10 games left. Let's see the playoff race in the West. You take a look at the Warriors. They have looked in control all season long. Aren't showing any signs of taking their foot off the gas anytime soon.
Well, I think for Golden State, they've really set the standard in their conference, on track to claim home court advantage in the playoffs. They feel this is their year, and you know what? They may be right. Showcasing his athleticism, plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Risseche's future in this league.
The Warriors trailing. Outside Podziemski, outside Moody. No good with a layup.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Oh, ripped away. In transition, here come the Warriors. Here's Porzingis. Oh, and Porzingis powers it home.
Superb concentration by Porzingis. Good at staying under control and pushing through the contact.
Minute 32 left in the opening quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Risseche. Taking a look now at the 2K leaderboard. Here are the squads that have been everywhere on defense and piling up the steals since the All-Star break. Second, the Warriors.
As the season goes on, their defenders have only gotten more confidence, eagerly attacking the ball handlers and being as disruptive as possible.
C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Hawks. The Warriors also with a sub. Payton's checked in. Here's Porzingis. Drilled from 11 feet out. And it's 6 points for Kristaps Porzingis.
A multi-level scorer. Porzingis can find a shot in any area on the floor.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. He lost to the Rockets.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
They get it back. Here's Landale. And Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, it's not easy to keep a shot out of Porzingis' reach. He has such long arms.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. And for Atlanta, they're shooting just 38% so far in this one. Now here's McCollum, defended by Podziemski, and stolen by Porzingis. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
How about Porzingis getting back in transition, using his long strides on the fast break?
Here's Landale, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Kristaps Porzingis getting it done for the Warriors. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
They are also being so active there with their hands on defense. It's paying off with a lot of steals already tonight.
They've got Zachary Risseche, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Kispert, and it's Landale in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Now here's Podziemski. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. The shot misses. Atlanta is shooting 35% so far in this one. McCollum outside from downtown. The rebound by Moody. The Warriors lead by 6. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey team, the Warriors at last season's trade deadline swinging the deal for Jimmy Butler. Stephen Curry said him signing an extension is big. He's committed for this run. It creates expectations, which I love. We all thrive off of that energy in that kind of environment. We are up for the challenge. Back to you, Brian.
They're all in. Allie, thank you. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Down low. Horford with the block.
No way, says Al Horford, using his long reach for the denial.
Right side, Pajemski. Pass to Moody. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by the Hawks. Landale's got 4 rebounds now. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
To the paint. Here's Porzingis. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, Grant, we know teams are hunting triples like never before. What's the line before you get a little 3 happy, though?
Well, B.A., I don't care how well you're shooting it. If you have an opportunity to get to the rim, you have to take it.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
And the Warriors making a change here. Melton's checked in. Both free throws good from Porzingis.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And it's Alexander Walker penetrating. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Golden State. Moody's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pushing it up now. That one goes in. And the Warriors lead by 12.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And Atlanta with possession here. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago.
Well, you just got to love the control McCollum possesses on those in-between jumpers.
Pass to Melton. Porzingis sets a screen. And a miss there on the triple. The Hawks have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. To the inside. He got a piece of it. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Heald's checked in for Atlanta. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. McCollum, the pass to Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 6. Landale with a screen. Launches a 3. Horford pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's the pick. Outside Moody. Porzingis sets a screen. Shot is up. Operating inside. Porzingis.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. McCollum taking his time here. And Atlanta misses again.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
Outside Pajemski. Porzingis with a screen on McCollum. Pajemski. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
McCollum, the pass to Landale. Over Porzingis. Landale misses.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
To the middle. Here's Pajemski. It's hauled in by Landale. Landale's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside heel. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And the upcoming schedule for the Atlanta Hawks. On Monday, they'll face off against Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons.
And for that game against the Celtics, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
That's good from Hield. So for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Jalen Johnson comes in for Risache. And it's Kuminga in for Alexander Walker. Post is checked in for the Warriors. Jimmy Butler comes in for Pajemski. Hield hits them both. And for the better part of a decade now, the league allowing players to wear any sneaker color. It's catching on, Stan. What color are those you're wearing? Is that lime green?
Well, Brian, you know I've always been known for my fashion sense. I'm something of an icon, and when I come on camera, people are watching because they want to know what the next fashion trend is. So yes, tonight these are lime green. Tomorrow, we'll just have to see.
McCollum, the pass to Okongwu, and stolen by Porzingis. And here's Butler from behind the arc. Jimmy Buckets with the tray.
He may not take a lot of threes, but we know Butler is more than capable of knocking them down.
Hawks trail by 15. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. You look at Kristaps Porzingis. What a contribution.
Well, look, he's picking apart their defense. They need this timeout to figure out how to slow him down.
The Hawks making a switch here. Daniels is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Curry's checked in. Kuminga up top. Butler covering. Back to Kuminga. Pass to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Now Daniels lets the three fly. They get it back. There's McCollum with the three. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
From deep, Melton. The rebound by Atlanta.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
All right, Coach, let's talk about Onyeka Okongwu. What an agile player for his size.
Yeah, B.A., no question. And on both ends, too. Plus, the guy gets up in the air and then reaches out over 7 feet in wingspan. His speed at his size can be a huge advantage.
Oh, it's so easy for Kuminga to rise up to the rim.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas, they'll match up against the Mavericks. That'll be the last leg of a 6-game road trip for the club. Hawks trail by 15. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
McCollum against Curry. And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McCollum. Horford, he's checked in for the Warriors. Melton against Daniels. Okongwu, a screen on Melton. Clock at 4. Okongwu, no good. And the Warriors with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Butler. Can't get it to fall.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Curry from deep three-point land. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds now. Johnson passes to Daniels. Okongwu, a screen on Butler. Inside. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
And here's Curry. He's got 10. Pass to Melton. Now Horford. Outside Curry. Takes a 3. Yes! Great play by Horford to set him up. Curry's got 13.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
The Warriors lead by 14. Pass to post. And here's Curry, covered by Alexander Walker. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far at the line. And he drops the first.
Well, when you talk about Butler, his toughness is what comes to mind first. This guy plays hard every second he's out there. A throwback type of player.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
0 wasted trips. They're doing their job at the line.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Kuminga. Outside Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And the Warriors make some changes. Porzingis comes in for Horford, and it's Draymond Green in for post.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Well, what I like most about Okongwu is his switchability defensively. He has the size to battle down low and the quickness to guard on the perimeter.
Now here's Melton. Outside Curry. Porzingis sets a screen. Curry's shot is off.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Johnson. Back to Alexander Walker. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. Since the All-Star break, here are the best passing teams in the NBA. The Warriors, number 1.
They're clearly on the same page offensively, and the chemistry has gotten better and better. The assist totals have been outstanding.
The Warriors lead by 13. Butler finds Curry. Back to Butler. Pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Okongwu. And a fast break now for Atlanta.
And Okongwu with those long arms, reaching for the steal, turning defense into offense.
Here's Melton. 1:46 left in the first half. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. Stephen Curry hears folks complaining about all the threes. He said it's new and everybody has their opinion. It's not like I can go out and do a 360 windmill, drive down the lane, and dunk on somebody. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping to keep shooting threes, so don't worry about that. Back to you guys.
That's his superpower. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight, not wasting any chances, really using his head.
Here's Johnson, and here's Kuminga for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Curry with it, now guarded by Daniels. And rejected.
Yeah, that was great job on defense from Daniels. He knows how to distract shooters.
Okongwu, the pass to Johnson. Here's Daniels. No good from outside. And it's Green with the ball for the Warriors. At one point, they led by 16. The shot by Butler, no good.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Pass to Okongwu, to the inside, and stolen by Porzingis. Left side, Green. Now here's Curry, covered by Alexander Walker. Melton outside. There's the 3. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. Well, when you win the battle of turnovers, you typically win the battle of possessions. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm joined now by Coach Quinn Snyder, and they were giving you some trouble in transition. How do you slow them down?
Well, I think we had a couple early where we were in good positions. We just didn't make the right read, and that's the biggest thing. But more than anything, whether it's a make or a miss or a turnover, we just got to really sprint back and be urgent.
The sense of urgency is key. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
Well, I think for the Warriors, sitting in first place, they've taken care of business. With the playoffs fast approaching, they're where they need to be.
And we'll see how that home court advantage translates down the stretch. And now taking a look at the first half of this game, hard not to be in awe of what Porzingis is doing right now.
The unicorn out there creating magic. Shots are falling easy at 7 foot whatever. I don't know how you stop him.
I guess you have to grow a couple of inches and maybe bring out a ladder.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been so disruptive defensively in the first half. His fast hands pick plenty of pockets.
And because of that, I expect to see a huge emphasis on ball control moving forward.
The Warriors lead by 13. On the floor for the Warriors. Butler and Draymond are the 3 and the 4. Stephen Curry is out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Curry's shot is off.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Daniels against Green. Outside Kuminga. Okongwu, the pass to Kuminga. 5 to shoot. Johnson buries it down low. 9 points now in the game for Jalen Johnson.
Well, Johnson is such a strong guy. He has no problem finishing against physical D.
And here's Curry for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And here's Kuminga for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Curry. Back to Porzingis. Over McCollum. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
You know, for a 6'9" wing, Johnson puts up really good assist numbers.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Melton outside. Butler taking his time here. Rejected by Okongwu. And the layup falls. Okongwu's got 11.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Outside, Green. Back to Curry. Puts up a 3. And the Warriors miss again.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
Kuminga, the pass to McCollum. Off the mark there with a 3. The Warriors lead by 7. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Green finds Melton. Shoots over Johnson. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. And watching Dyson Daniels over the past year or 2, he's really come into his own, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, sometimes it's just about being in the right situation, in a role that plays to your strength. That's really unlocked some things for him.
Here's McCollum. 11 points in the game. Daniels outside. To the left side wing. Here's Kuminga. And it's blocked by Butler.
You can't forget about the defensive presence Butler has on the floor. That is a great stop.
And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you can tell being a leader comes naturally to Curry. He sets the tone out there, and all his guys follow his lead.
And so Curry nails both of them. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
McCollum. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. This will be his third free throw of the game.
He could not find the mark from the free throw line in their last game.
The free throw drops for McCollum.
Well, even though he plays with a scorer's mindset, you can put McCollum in a playmaking role. He gives you options.
Now here's Curry. He's got 17. To the middle. Here's Butler. Oh, tough work inside from Butler.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Outside Kuminga. Fires the three. Pure from three-point range. Kuminga's got his second bucket on the night.
And he doesn't take many threes, but don't give Kuminga a reason to shoot from downtown.
Curry passes to Melton. On the wing, Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Up and over McCollum. Curry's shot is off. Hawks trail by 7. The drive by Daniels. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to go on Draymond Green.
So strong at the rim. That'll serve Daniels well here in this league.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Well, when he's on the floor, Dyson Daniels gives you uncapped energy. He's really committed to going all out.
Now here's Curry. 17 points in the game. Here's McCollum, and it's Atlanta scoring again.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. At one point, they led by 16. Porzingis finds Curry. Releases. That's good. That's now his 7th made field goal in 15 tries.
Yeah, another day, another virtuoso performance from Curry. It never ends.
McCollum outside. Okongwu, a screen on Curry. McCollum with it. Now guarded by Curry. Curry against McCollum. Shoots over Curry, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. 10 games left this year. Let's see what the playoff race looks like in the East. You take a look at the Hawks. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference.
Well, right now for the Hawks, their focus is shifting now to the playoffs. Now, they could wrap up a good seed, and of course, it's a matter of playing their best basketball to close out this regular season.
Pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Okongwu. And a fast break now for Atlanta. Here's McCollum. And no good. Good D by Melton. The Warriors lead by 4. Outside Butler. Now Green. Melton passes to Porzingis. Back to Melton. 4 on the clock. Okongwu with the rebound.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
McCollum outside. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Green.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Pass to Porzingis. Now Butler. He's watched by Kuminga. Butler focused under pressure.
There's the competitiveness of Butler. I think he's even better against great defense.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Melton against Daniels. Down low. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, in that two-player action, I really like Okongwu as the pick man. He moves really well.
The Warriors lead by 4. Melton outside. Back to Curry. Pass to Butler. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. Risache, he's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for Daniels. And Golden State also making a switch. Moody's checked in for Melton. Here's Risache. It's rebounded by Golden State.
With that much room around him, it's hard to imagine he could have gotten a better shot.
Porzingis passes to Green. Risache with the ball. Doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game.
I just love the ball movement.
Now here's Butler. They kick it out to Porzingis. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Atlanta's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
It's his first trip to the line. And it's tied up with that one. Atlanta making some changes here. Landale comes in for Okongwu. And it's Buddy Hield in for C.J. McCollum. And that one drops. So now they lead by 1. And it's Butler with the ball for Golden State. Pass to Curry. Fires from deep. Good. And Butler gets the assist. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Now here's Risache. Hield on the wing. 4-3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Porzingis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to Green. Draymond. Oh, such a force inside.
We know Green prefers to work up close. He loves getting those high percentage looks.
Now Alexander Walker. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Hield. Lets it go from deep. Hauled in by Curry. The Warriors lead by 4. The 3 is up. Nice D from Alexander Walker. And the Hawks shooting well here in the 3rd, hitting 50% of their shots. Back to Hield. 1:56 left in the 3rd quarter. And Atlanta misses again.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him. Yeah, look, if I'm his coach, I'm going to get him involved in another way. Set a screen, get an assist, something to reset his mind a little bit.
I love the show of force by Green, putting the defense on notice with the jam.
Hawks trail by 8. Outside Johnson. Pass to Rizashay to stop the drought. The shot won't fall. Green with the defensive effort.
And his struggles have been apparent, unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Gets stolen by Heel. And they're pushing it up. Here's Rizashay. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 4 rebounds now. 29 seconds left in the third. Moody from outside. The rebound by Atlanta. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Outside Johnson. Pass to Landale. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Landale's got 5 points.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Rizashay, then it's Jock Landale, and it's Kispert in at the small forward position. So that's the Hawks 5. Hawks trail by 8. Now here's McCollum. Shoots over Melton. McCollum's shot is off. Butler against McCollum. Moody misses.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Here's Kispert. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Well, he's a true combo guard. McCollum is trusted to run this offense. Great pass.
The Warriors lead by 6. Outside Moody. To the middle. Here's Butler. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
That's good from Butler. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. There's a screen. This one for 3. Kispert outside. Now here's Alexander Walker. Tight defense on him. Just 5 on the clock. The 3 from Rizashay. The rebound by Moody. Moody's got his 6th rebound on the night. With a step back. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
Yeah, Butler's getting whatever he wants right now. He knows how to dissect the defense as well as anyone.
Now here's McCollum. Top of the key jumper, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And of course, that one was just crazy.
Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
With the step back, outside Rizachet to halt the run. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Melton. Pass to Butler. From deep three-point land. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
Now Rizachet. Launches it. Drills it from deep.
And you see how dangerous Rizachet can be from deep, especially considering how fast his release is.
Here's Horford. Oh, getting it done. Horford gets it to go.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Golden State also making a switch. Draymond Green, he's checked in for post. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling guys. Come on, we're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Rizachet. Back to McCollum. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
And he makes a first. He's perfect from the line this time. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Melton passes to Butler. Over Johnson. Butler can't get it to go. Hawks trail by 10. And here's Rizachet. Outside, Alexander Walker. There's McCollum with the three. Nails it from beyond the arc. 24 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those.
Now here's Butler.
Well, Butler can keep you guessing on defense, and when you guess wrong, He'll draw the contact and get to the line.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Butler.
And really strong at the line since the break.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Moody. Butler hits them both. Here's McCollum. Got it. Good job in the low post. McCollum's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, no question McCollum is in the zone right now. Just letting the offense flow through him.
And Curry's got the ball here for the Warriors. Melton outside. Up top Curry. McCollum defends. Butler against Johnson. 6 to shoot. The gritty finish from Butler there.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Alexander Walker with it. Outside Rizachet. Landale with a screen. To the inside. Back to Rizachet. Oh, it's blocked by Green.
And still one of the nastiest defenders in this league. Green protecting the house.
Curry. The layup misses. Hawks trail by 9. Now Rizachet. And stolen by Porzingis. And a deep 3 from Curry. The rebound by Atlanta. Landale's got 8 rebounds in the game. McCollum, the pass to Landale. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Melton with the ball. And Johnson picks him up defensively. A nice shot by Butler.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Now here's McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Unloads. And Atlanta misses again. The Warriors lead by 11. And here's Curry for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Johnson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Inside. Here's Landale. That's in. Coming off an assist from McCollum.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
Here's Curry. Pass to Porzingis. Now Butler. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. McCollum with it. Green picks him up. Here's Alexander Walker. Goes up and lays it in. Nice and easy.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Pass to Porzingis. Now here's Butler. Here's Curry. McCollum defends. Curry passes to Porzingis. That one's good for 2.
Well, one of the premier offensive players in the league, Kristaps Porzingis, is hot tonight, putting on a show.
Hawks trail by 9. Here's Alexander Walker. Johnson passes to McCollum. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
And that comes from McCollum's tenacity, because you have to have an edge to get that and one shot to fall.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Risache. And Daniels is subbed in for Alexander Walker. Moody's checked in for the Warriors. The Warriors lead by 6. Pass to Butler. Shoots over Kuminga. The shot by Butler, no good. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Daniels passes to McCollum. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Stephen Curry.
Well, McCollum has a way of causing trouble in there. Very crafty.
And he knocks down the first one. Melton, he's checked in for the Warriors. And he can't hit the second.
And since halftime, he's made a concerted effort to get to the line. Be aggressive. Great stuff.
Daniels against Curry. Now Butler. Outside Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. Not that time.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside Johnson. McCollum against Green. He gets 2 from the low post.
Certainly a guy you can rely on in pressure situations. McCollum is a savvy vet who can get it done.
Now here's Butler. Green outside. Now Curry. McCollum with a steal. Daniels outside. Daniels a screen on Curry. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's the floater. Oh, it drops in.
Always great to see a guy rise to a challenge. Johnson knew this was a must-get bucket.
Golden State has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. Green outside. Here's Curry. In traffic, Curry puts it in.
And Steph relishes taking key shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Here's McCollum. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Now Kuminga to tie it up. That's off.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
Green takes a 3. Oh, it's off.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of it from distance, but look, he's got to find something easier.
Porzingis against McCollum. Shot's no good. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. At one point, they led by 16.
Well, you see the trust they have in Porzingis. Timely basket.
Here's McCollum. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game.
A crafty and thoughtful scorer. McCollum knows how to draw the defense in and earn that whistle.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
And they go to the intentional foul. There's the double with Okongwu. Here's Curry. Porzingis. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Huge points from Porzingis. With his massive size, I like going to him there.
First clean look they have. I mean, they've got to take it.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
And so they foul intentionally.
Shoot 2.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis, a solid shooter from the line.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And it looks like they just won't have enough left here at the end.
Yeah, they simply ran out of time and energy.
Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Shoot 2.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. 15 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Now Johnson. Oh, he can't connect from long distance. And an intentional foul right there.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. And he nails it. And so the Warriors take the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment, but they stood tall and got the win.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
All right, Jimmy, as you prepared for this one, what was the focus?
Just how hard we had to play, home or away. I think we did that. We stayed together through their runs, through our runs, and that was quality, and that's getting us done.
4 great quarters of work. Congrats on the win.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And now, time for our player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.